The NBA regular season is almost over. Who is your rookie of the year? Let me know in the comments, and let's get after some prize picks. Let's go. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Craig Bennett, aka Cash Cake, here, back with another early look NBA prize picks video. I waited as long as I could. I was hoping they're going to put more up on the board, but there's not a lot for a 9-game slate, I guess, with all the injuries. So I just have to get this out now, and then I'll put out another one later when we get a full board. But I got 3 plays. They're not going to be official plays. I do like them, and I'll explain why. But there's just not a lot on the board right now to choose from. So, again, we'll go through those 3 plays. Yesterday was a mixed bag. I mean, the early video smashed. We went 4-0 over Marcus Smart, 6.5 assists. He hit 7. Stewart over 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He hit for 20. Jalen Brunson over first half points over 7.5. He had 8. And Robert Williams, the old Time Lord, over 22.5 points, rebounds, assists. He had 23. So we went 4-0 in the early video. Late video, we went 3-3. Jay Crowder got in foul trouble that first quarter, so that kind of killed him and his over fantasy score first half. Jordan Poole didn't get there in assists, but he got there in points, rebounds, and assists. Dwight Powell only played 22 minutes. Like I said, that was the 5th pick out of all of them. And that was one worry of mine. He only hit up 11, so missed the points, rebounds, assists to 16.5 on that one. Chris Paul smashed his 9.5 easily, hit 14. And then Kyrie Irving hit over 5 assists. He hit 11. So kind of a mixed bag there, but that early video smashed. Hope you win some money. It was a pretty decent day for myself. But again, you guys have been awesome, man. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if any of this is valuable to you. And let's just keep chugging along and get through the NBA season, get to the playoffs, and then a little baseball's right around the corner. We're going to be doing videos for that as well this summer. So with that, let's jump right into it. All right, as you can tell, I have the NBA Prize Picks desktop version up here. You can also download the app if you'd like to use that as well. Again, like as you can tell, for a 9-game slate, we only have 9 guys for points, 5 guys for assists, 8 guys for rebounds, 6 guys for points, rebounds, and assists, and 1 3-pointer. There's not a whole lot to choose from. I waited as long as I could. I wish they would get this stuff up a little bit earlier. But again, I found 3 picks we can talk about a little bit that I think have some merit to take. And we'll go over those. But if you don't have a Prize Picks account, make sure you head on over there, use that promo code DFSArmy, and get a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. The link is in the description below. All right, 3 plays we're going to look at here. First one, we're going to go over to rebounds. And I'm going to go Lauri Markkanen over 6.5 rebounds here. Yes, it's been kind of a mixed bag for him over the last 10 games, where he's only hit 5 over the last 10. But I think if they start with the same starting lineup, last game they talked about Karis LeVert coming off his minutes limit, and they slid him into the starting lineup, and they moved Lauri Markkanen down at the 4. If they continue to do that, I think it's great for his rebounds. You noticed Chicago, he put up 9 rebounds in that game. Orlando's ranked 26 in rebounds allowed, 29th in defensive rebounds allowed, 17th in offensive rebounds. And I think Cleveland is an 8.5 point favorite here. I don't see them losing this game. The juice is on the over around -125 on some books out there. And I feel like as long as they start LeVert and push him down at the 4, I love the rebounds more. If they don't and they bring LeVert off the bench again, I don't like this play. So make sure you check that starting lineup, or if you want to take a chance at this. But I need to see that starting lineup for this Lauri Markkanen one. But if they do move him down to the 4 and bring Kevin Love off the bench and start LeVert, that's going to be the way that I want to attack this. So with that in mind, I want to take the over on 6.5 rebounds for Lauri Markkanen. Next one we're going to do is rebounds as well. And one guy I don't really like to mess with at all. Feels a little too high for Jokic here. Like the 13 rebounds seems super high for him. He is going up against Charlotte, right? So I kept looking at that. And Charlotte is a horrendous rebounding team. But that 13 is a ton. Now, he has played Charlotte once back on December 23rd, Jokic, and he put up 21 rebounds against them. So definitely it can happen by any stretch of imagination. I like this. I like the play, but I also like Aaron Gordon as well. So I like both of these. If you want to mess with them, Charlotte's ranked 29th in rebounds allowed, 29th in offensive rebounds, 28th in defensive rebounds. And the juice is on the over on this 13 at a -135 for Jokic. And Aaron Gordon, the juice is on the over as well at around -135 as well. So Aaron Gordon's went over this in 4 of his last 5 games. Again, no one I really love to mess with, but he's been hitting them boards. We got a massive 233 over under with Denver favored by 3 here. So I like taking the chances that, either one of them or both. Well, let's throw both of them up here and see which ones you want. But like I said, Jokic really hasn't got there lately. Only went over this mark in 3 of his last 10 games. The matchup's fantastic for him, though. So if you want to take a shot at that, I feel a little bit better about Gordon. So it really just depends on what you want to do here. But the matchup is supreme for rebounds. In as many shots, 3s of those Charlotte likes to take. There should be plenty of rebounds to be had in this game. So, we're going to put Gordon up here, but I'm okay if you want to take Jokic as well at this number, even though it's pretty high. That 21's pretty high. Maybe you can put up a Barbara Walters 2020 game in this matchup. And the last one I'm going to talk about here, we're going to go over to points, and we're going to take an under. And we're going to talk about Cole Anthony under 15.5 points here. They do get back Wendell Carter Jr. in this game. They're big dogs, right? Like massive dogs. And I think, having a team like Cleveland, who is just a great defensive team and doesn't give up a bunch of points, I think Cole Anthony is going to struggle, even with having, Suggs out. I still, Suggs was out last game against Sacramento and he didn't get there. He's only been over this one in his last 5 games, and this is a horrendous matchup for him. And 15.5 points. I want to take the under on this all day long. It just doesn't feel like a game where I think I want to take the over for him. Especially with Wendell Carter Jr. coming back, because he's going to take a lot of shots from him, and 15.5 feels too heavy here. I think the line should be closer to 13.5. So I feel like this is a good underplay going up against Cleveland. Cleveland's pushing a ton of minutes, playing hard. They should just wipe these guys off the map. 15.5 feels way too heavy to me, especially with Wendell Carter Jr. coming back. So I like that one. One that, I want to talk about that I'm not going to play, but I do want to talk about it is Darius Garland, right? Darius Garland's been crushing his points, basically every stinking night. I mean, it seems like forever. He's went over this mark. 24.5, though, is a little high. He's only went over this mark 5 of his last 10 games. Now, LeVert did start, and he put up 20 points in that Chicago game. They were down a lot, and they had to come back. But I do worry going forward if LeVert is in the starting lineup, ever taking Garland's over, because I do think he's going to get the shots. In that Chicago game, he played 44 minutes. He took up 22 shots, right? So the shots are there, but that's a 1-game sample size with LeVert in there. And LeVert's a guy that if he gets it going, he will push pretty hard, shoot the ball a ton. And so it makes me worry. Like if it's 23.5, maybe 24.5, I wouldn't touch it. I think it's a wash in that, and I really wouldn't look at going there. Same can be said for, looking at Mobley. I have no problem taking the under on Mobley as well at 15.5 points if you want to take the under in that one. And that has a lot to do with LeVert as well. Like he's not going to shoot as much. He's going to be playing the 5. Going up against Mo Bamba there, and a game that any one of these Cleveland guys can go off, but they're not going to need his offensive low scoring anymore as much. With Lauri Markkanen that came back, and then Karis LeVert getting put in that starting lineup, Mobley becomes basically the 4th or 5th option in this offense. He's a fantastic rookie. He's been great. All around, defensively and everything that he brings to the table. But I would lean the under on this. He's only went over it once of his last 5 games. And we saw, against that game in Chicago with LeVert getting in there, only scored 9 points. So I would lean the under here on Mobley as well. If we want to throw another one up on the board here and take the under on Mobley, I feel like that's a fair assessment for him. But yeah, those are what we're kind of looking at. Not a whole lot on the board. Come on, Prizepicks, put up a full board so we can put out, look at everything and put out a full board. But this is what we're going to look at. Lauri Markkanen over 6.5 rebounds. I like this way more if LeVert starts and he moves down to the 4. I don't like it quite as much if they put Love in the starting lineup for whatever reason and LeVert off the bench. I won't like it as much then, and so it'd be a no play for me. But if LeVert starts, I like it. Aaron Gordon over 5.5 rebounds. Again, just an atrocious Charlotte team. Jokic if you want to go over 13, but I prefer Aaron Gordon. And then 2 unders here. Cole Anthony under 15.5 points going up against that great Cleveland defense. And then Mobley under 15.5 points, especially if LeVert starts and he's not on a minutes limit. I just don't think he's going to get enough shots to get there for you. So those are the 4 that I like. I don't really have any rankings for him because, again, these aren't official plays for me. I want the full board up. I might play a few of these, but I don't know exactly as of yet. So, again, let's just keep on cruising along. I'm going to knock out a few more videos today. Start our Monday off strong. Again, yesterday wasn't bad. That early video 4-0, the late one 3-3, so we went 7-3. We'll just continue to chug along here, and hopefully you made some money. Saw some comments, people putting a little cash in their pockets. Love to see it. And again, appreciate each and every one. You hit that like button on your way out, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.